Hey guys, how's it going? Today we have a very special episode, which one I didn't think we'd ever get around to doing again since last time I tried to do something similar. It was hell. But today we actually have an interview with somebody you all know. But before we start, please don't forget to subscribe. Comment down below anyone you would like to see interviewed specifically, because I'm open to interview pretty much anybody. Don't forget to subscribe to today's guest, and let's get into this. So, first question, because, you know, like, I know who you are, obviously. I see your videos pop up, like, every single time I open YouTube. But, for those who don't, do you want to tell them a little bit about yourself?
Sure, my name is Lele, and the name comes from my real name, which I will don't say it, because, well, it's pretty personal.
Yeah, good idea. There are some weirdos on the internet, don't tell them.
Yeah, definitely. But I'm from Brazil, although my voice does sound like a pretty childish, I'm actually quite old. I'm 12 years old. I think. Yeah, I guess 18 years old. Sorry, my bad.
I was gonna say, wait a minute.
Hold on a minute. What are you doing here, Discord?
He's too young to play OJ. What is this?
I'm the cool kids now.
Like that one guy who lies about his age to get into all like the cool things.
Well, yeah, basically.
So, next question is, since, you know, OJ is an anime game, what's your favorite anime? Do you have a favorite anime?
Outside of My Hero Academia, I would say JoJo.
Ooh, good choice.
I have, JoJo was difficult to learn at first. I started watching JoJo way back with the memes, back in 2015. I saw a lot of memes, but I didn't know, like, where is this anime from? Like, what is happening? And
yeah, I remember when I was like, cause my friend watched JoJo, and I was like, oh, I might watch it. What's it about? And he was like, Web, I can't tell you. You just have to watch it. It's too crazy to explain.
And did you watch it?
And I was like, and I did watch it. Yeah, I watched straight through from season 1 all the way to Stone Ocean. And then after I finished, I was like, yeah, I can see why he couldn't explain the story.
Then after I saw the memes and started watching anime, I even started seeing some from the manga. So I'm kind of caught up with the manga, but sometimes I just forget about stuff.
Oh, you've been reading JoJo Lens?
I saw the first chapter only. I didn't saw the rest. I'm waiting for the full release. Like, maybe, I just don't know. I will wait for a bit before reading.
Okay, well, hey, this isn't on the question thing, but since you were cultured because you've watched JoJo, what's your favorite part?
Difficult. I'm between part 4 and part 5. If I had to say my favorite part in general, I would say part 4, but for the characters, I would say part 5, because the villains in part 5 are amazing. Diablo is really good, and the minor villains like Risotto, Ghiaccio, Prosciutto, all of them are amazing.
Who would you say is your favorite minor villain from part 5?
Ghiaccio, the ice dude.
I'm seeing a pattern. So you like him, he's got ice powers. You like Getten, he has ice powers. I'm starting to see a pattern.
Yeah, for those that didn't realize it, my profile picture is Gaten from My Hero Academia. He is one of my favorite characters from the whole show. And it's curious because he has almost no screen time, but the way his quirk works and how his appearance is just, I don't know, just bringing my attention to him. Like, whoa, who is this guy?
He was there for all of, like, 1 or 2 episodes, and you're like, yeah, this is my guy. This is my guy.
I have this tendency on liking secondary characters. The Destro, Gaten. Yeah, not only me, but my friends also has that. I will not mention their names, but my friend does like some secondary characters like me, so we have this pattern.
I mean, they're good characters. I mean, especially Getten, like later on in the manga. Like, I won't say, obviously, spoilers.
Yeah, because not everyone reads the manga. I was about to say watch the manga.
Yes, we watch the manga.
We watch the manga and we read the anime. And what's your favorite villain?
I'll be honest, like, okay, I didn't like part 6 that much, but I really liked Father Pucci.
Oh, that's a good choice. At first, before
sorry, go on.
Before I watched Stone Ocean, he was my least favorite villain. I don't know, something about him wasn't attracting me. But when I finally watched Stone Ocean and kept up, boy, did he grow on me.
Yeah, same. Like, at first I was like, who is this guy? He's a priest? He, like, steals discs? He steals... What's this? But then, as it went on, I was like, oh, this guy's my favorite character.
Yeah.
And then I later found out that the English voice for Father Poochie is actually a YouTuber I watch, which was even crazier.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, there's this YouTuber called Yong Ye, and he does, like, gaming news and stuff. And he's the voice of Father Poochie.
I didn't know about that because all the animes and stuff I see from Japan, I tend to watch in Japanese dub. But speaking of which, in the Portuguese dub, Father Poochie is dubbed by Richard from The Amazing World of Gumball. You know, the pink bunny.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow, that is so out there.
Yeah.
We were talking about your favorite anime, but what's your favorite video game? Or is it OJ, like everybody says in these interviews?
Well, One's Justice is one of my favorites, but if I had to pick from my childhood and such, I would say Crash 3.
Okay, yeah, that's a good choice.
Not only that, but like Rayman Legends and such. I'm a big fan for platform games. And Crash 3 was from my childhood. Sometimes I played it and I enjoyed it a lot. I even saw my brother, like, he used to pick up the controller and play it for me. Like, there was this one bike level that I just couldn't pass it, and he would just play it for me.
But I used to be like that with Spyro. I used to love Spyro.
Spyro is amazing.
Spyro 3 specifically was my favorite one.
I always wanted to play Spyro, but I never really got the chance. But it's a really good choice. It's a classic.
So, how did you find out about OJO? Like, what got you into My Hero One's Justice 2?
It was honestly thanks to Globku. I used to watch...
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like, before I knew about My Hero Academia, and I remember seeing some videos from Globku. But then, after watching for a while, it got me interested in the game. And then I said to my parents, hey, can I buy this game? It looks really cool. And back then, I used to play the game on Xbox shared account. Because the game is really expensive. It's almost 200 reals here, which is like dollars. And
jeez, that's pretty expensive.
Yeah, the game is expensive. Almost all games here in Brazil are expensive. And so, I had to go to a place, you know, internet, where people would sell their accounts with the game, and we could play it. We could play it offline and online. And that's how I got the game.
Oh, that's cool.
And the same thing happened with One Justice 2. When the game came out, I didn't bought it at first because we were broke. But when I got the money, I would just go to the internet and buy an account that had the game. Like bro, the games are really expensive.
I feel bad for you. I didn't realize they were that much. Oh my god.
AAA game nowadays costs 300. A AAA game.
And they don't even work half the time.
And not even that, almost no content if you think about it.
Yeah, it's like, we're gonna give you like 2 hours of gameplay, but then you have to buy the rest when it comes out as DLC, even though it's already in the game.
Yeah, basically. And
it's so stupid.
And that's how I even got to the game. And then I was seeing Globku's videos like, whoa, what is this game and such. And to give an idea, I wasn't really big fan of My Hero Academia back then. Like, I really like chapter 1, volume 1 and 2 because it was at the library of my school. But I never really was into My Hero Academia. And it was in that game that I learned about Inasa. Like, I didn't even know he existed before.
Yeah.
And
that...
sorry, continue.
And then you saw him in the game and you were like, oh god, what have they done?
I bought him in Endeavor later on. And he was really cool, honestly. I didn't know he was broken, just thought he was really good.
But how was he in OJ1? Because I actually haven't played that much of the first game.
He was the second and last DLC of the game.
You know, I remember when I was like, I had to look into it for a video, but I found it wild that after 18 days of the game's release, all the DLCs came out and they never updated the game again.
Yeah, and that's what I think.
18 days, like, that's crazy. So, which characters do you, since you play so many characters in the game, do you have a main?
That depends on which game. Are we still talking about One Justice 1, you mean in general?
Oh, just in general.
Back in One Justice 1, I used to main Dabi, All For One, and Shigaraki. Dabi was my first one. That was the character that brought my attention the most. and he was busted.
Yeah. I mean, he's still pretty good these days.
Yeah, but like in Once This Is One, he was S tier.
Oh, he was like that.
Yeah.
Good. Wow. Okay.
And afterwards, after playing him for a while, I got bored because, well, I knew all of his stuff well from a casual level because I never played competitive back then. Then I switched to All For One because he was, I mean, he was boring back then, but it was cool. And then for my last character that I ever played in mainly Once Justice One was Shigaraki. Even though he was really bad in the game, like he was like C tier and such, but he was so fun to play as.
I mean, it's the same in 2. He's fun to play in 2. He's just not that good.
Yeah, I mean, before style Shigi compared to Once Justice One, it's like water to wine. Like the changes I
Really?
Yeah. Like, to give an idea, Shigaraki in Once Justice One could, if you done the puddle, you couldn't follow up with his air tilt attack. If one would just crash to the wall on the ground, his damage was really low.
Huh.
And
Interesting.
and now for Once Justice 2, I would say for my mains are Night Eye, Handle, Overhaul V1, and Present Mike.
As I say, do you have like a thing for playing like non-S tier characters? Like, I respect it, but
And I don't blame people for playing the S tier characters, but I just found the other ones to be really fun. Like Night Eye, for example, the counter when you manage to land them, especially the counter PO1, is like, woo, it's super hype for me.
you've been around for a while, so do you have any favorite players in particular? Like, you know, anyone you prefer fighting over other people in the game? Like, it can be on any platform.
I would say one of them is Season. Season I met him during on Xbox. Back then he used to main Kendo like me, and we played a lot. But
Yeah.
but I think I would say it in loop sound wrong for some people, but I was the one that teaching most of the stuff on Kendo.
Oh, really? That's interesting.
Yeah, like we played so much back then, and then he switched up to Switch and PS4 because Xbox was dead. Later we can talk about it. But like after he switched up, we never played again. It was after some times that I convinced him to go back to Xbox so we could do a Tetsu mirror match.
Oh god.
And,
Yeah.
and then after I got the game on PS4, then we managed to fight again for the event that happened on the competitive server. But yeah,
Okay.
season one of my favorite persons to fight. Spebby. Spebby's amazing.
Bro, I love fighting Spebby just because I know if I'm fighting Spebby, I'm gonna get an actual fight, and it's not gonna be someone who's just gonna run away and spam for like 90 seconds.
Yeah, and she gives so much a good images for Night Eye. She is the queen of Night Eye. Like, if it wasn't for her, I guess Night Eye wouldn't be so popular.
I mean, it's just like a thing in the community. You think Night Eye, you think Spebby. Like, they
Yeah.
come like in a package.
She is the Night Eye at this point.
Pretty much, yeah. I feel like that. It's like that with a lot of characters. Like, there are certain characters at this point that you just think of a certain player when you think of the character.
That happens with me with you, and honestly with Aizawa. I don't know anyone, but
You know, I
anyone else.
get that a lot. Exactly, because no one does play him anymore. It's like that. Like when I think Bakugo, I just think of Devil.
Same.
Because then again, it's the same with Dobby. I don't know, like he plays a couple of
Yeah,
characters.
he's God basically in the game.
This next question I'll ask you, since I'm probably gonna try and get these interviews into a new series, but are there any players you'd think would be good to interview?
That's a interesting question, to be honest. I would say Waffles for his amazing 100% that I mentioned earlier.
I know Waffle.
Uh,
Yeah.
Fred Kogan, one of the best compressors out there.
Okay.
Kuro from the Remix server. That's like, she is amazing. Like the stuff she did for the community is like out of this world.
What would you say is your biggest accomplishment in My Hero One's Justice 2?
There are quite few, if you don't mind mentioning it.
Yeah, that's fine.
One of my first big accomplishments was actually a funny story. This one will be kind of long, but so stick with me. Remember how I mentioned about the shared accounts on Xbox, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so when One Justice 2 came out, my friend got the game first than me. And I am a big curious guy. And so I would be annoying him, like saying, "Oh, what are the costumes? What do we what does the game have?" And so I would do that till my birthday, where I got the game, which is on April. When I got the game, oh boy, and I played non-stop. I played till the Candle DLC came out. But afterwards, I heard the news that Xbox was banning this kind of stuff. So I basically had to delete the game and never play it again. But
Oh, that sucks.
then something happened. A few days before that, my friend Twice Jagger, one of the best Twice players on Xbox and the number one, approached me and said that Once Justice 2 was having a giveaway about the game. I said, why not? Let me join. I already have the game, but let's see how it goes. After a while, I even forgot about the giveaway. Then one day I was watching videos and such, and then a message arrived on my Xbox. I thought it was like a random advertisement and such, and I didn't even saw properly. I even ignored it. But then I started thinking about it and such. Then I saw the message. I literally won the giveaway.
And you completely forgot about it.
Yeah, like when I saw that I won the game, I like, what? When did that happen? Is this a troll?
Wow.
Is this some kind of prank?
Yeah.
But no, I got the game back.
Bro, that's wild.
Yeah, and that was the first accomplishment. If I had to say my second biggest accomplishment, like in my life, like that made me better, was when I got recognition from the community. I used to make combo videos on the Reddit, and you know them.
I remember, yeah.
Yeah, and one day I joined the Discord server of this group and stayed there. Then one day a friend of mine invited me for the Switch server. I said that I was in Switch and don't think I would fit in there. And he said, "No, come on, don't be shy." Then I joined. When I joined, one of the first messages I saw from people were people recognizing me, like, "Yo, it's Lele!" And like, I was so happy that I was even recognized in the first place. Like, oh, people like me actually.
Yeah, no, it really takes you back when people recognize you. It's like, whoa, finally.
Yeah, and nowadays, before I got to the PS4, the people only recognize me as the only Xbox player out there.
Really? What? They don't recognize you as the combo guy from
No,
YouTube?
they recognize me that too. Like, I am. The people consider me one of the best labbers. If you want, we can talk about it later. But one of the others nicknames and jokes people do with me is saying how I am the only Xbox player out there, and I don't blame them. Nobody plays Xbox nowadays.
Well, I mean, can you blame them? Viking kind of killed
Yeah,
Xbox from the beginning.
And I felt that from the very beginning. Like, I saw the server shutting down.
How did they let ranked be broken for that long? Like,
Yeah, like,
it was like 6 months. It was crazy.
not even, I think it was more than 1 year actually. I think even when Gentle came out, the servers were broken.
Really?
Yeah,
Damn.
yeah, it lasted during the Gentle server. I think the servers were fixed with before Shinzo came out, I think. I think people, no, I remember this. People had to message Xbox itself to talk with Viking about the problem. That's how the...
What, like they didn't know?
No, it felt like Viking didn't even know about the problem. Then it finally got fixed.
Wow.
But at that point, people just gave up on the game. Barely any people were playing ranked back then. Nowadays, if you hop in ranked, you will be 3 hours waiting for a match. I'm not joking. Especially how Xbox, different from the other platforms, has a specific type of ranked, where it's based on the points. So the more points you have, you will fight people with the same amount or similar.
Yeah, it's the same as PC.
Yeah,
That's what it's like on PC.
yeah, I forgot they had that on PC too. But that's what kills it, because you won't be able to find other people with the same amount of points.
Yeah, that's the problem I have on PC. I'm in that awkward spot where I have too many points to fight low point players, but I don't have enough points to fight high point players.
So you're basically in the middle ground.
So I'm just stuck in the middle. If OG3 was announced right now, what would be a feature that isn't already in My Hero One's Justice 2 that you would like to see?
I know this would be impossible, but stage transition like Injustice or Dragon Ball. But if you've done a Plus Ultra True or something, the entire stage changes. Like
that would be so cool.
Like imagine you're fighting on League of Villains bar, you know. Then you do something like All for One Plus Ultra 2. And then when the cinematic finishes, you're in a complete different stage. Like you see the building, you see the cops from season 3, like all waiting for the fight to go on. Like
that'd be very cool.
Yeah, especially since if once Justice 3 came out, it would probably have the mechanic for destruction, thanks to the Paranormal Liberation Army and the Meta Liberation Army arcs. Because there's a lot of destruction and such. Feature I would love to see, it's fighting big characters.
Oh?
Like, imagine if there was an online feature, like online type of match, or even locally, where you could play as a big character, and others have to play and defeat you. Like you would play as V3, Shisaki, Gigantomachia.
Oh, kind of like the raids from Dragon Ball Xenoverse.
Yeah, but then you play as a raider, like...
If you could have one character added to My Hero One's Justice 2, who would it be?
Okay, that's one that will be a list, actually, because...
Oh, okay.
Because not only me, but my friend that I can really mention the name, if he's watching this video, then I love you, you're amazing. He's really good, he's one of my best friends. But basically, our list is something similar like this. We want an Endeavor V2, like Endeavor from season 4 and forward. Like when he was fighting Shigaraki, Hood. Another character I want, Hood, Nomu that fought at the end of season 4. All the Meta Liberations Army characters, so Curious, Trumpet, Skeptic, Gaten, and Redestro.
Yeah, I think they'd all make amazing characters.
Yeah, like they have so much potential. Redestro and Gaten probably will be in Justice 3 if that ever happens, because they are.
Oh, 100%. They will be in the third game. They have to be.
Yeah. Another character that I would like to see is actually another version of the character, which would be Dabi, but with white hair.
Oh, white-haired Dabi. Yeah, that would be interesting.
Like the way I imagine him being like more of a rushdown instead of a zoner.
Yeah, he could be like more aggressive with his attacks, but still like use fire.
Yeah,
in them.
Same thing applies to Endeavor V2. Like make them more aggressive, not just zoners. Make them actually have combos.
Do you have anything you'd like to plug?
What do you mean?
Like any socials, any like? Do you want to shout out any of your stuff, like YouTube channels, Twitter?
I do have a YouTube channel where I lab stuff. Like I have my entire YouTube channel is basically combos for the game. So yeah, I would depend my Twitter, but I don't think it would be really much a good idea because I don't post much right there.
Yeah, that's understandable.
But if you could link my YouTube, I would be really thankful, to be honest.
Yeah, I can link it. I can either put it in the description or make it a pinned comment.
Thank you, honestly. Before leaving, I think it would be a cool idea to talk about my backstory with labbing. Because I know people.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, we can talk about the backstory.
I was okay. Sorry. I always like training mode, playing fighting games.
Yeah.
Like, one of the first games that I ever labbed, etc., was Mortal Kombat Deception on PS2. I used to hop in training mode and just test what each move does. I never did combos back then, but I always tried the characters out. Find who I like the most and such. And I always loved combos in game. Like they look always flashy and such, and I always wanted to do them. So One Justice 1 was one of my first games that I ever did real combos. Like I did in real people, and always felt fun. And I have the one friend I mentioned you earlier was one of the things that helped me, because thanks to him, it was the first time I ever shared a combo video.
Oh, he pushed you to upload that first one?
Yeah, like I said to him once, hey, do you want to see this one combo I was labbing Was Justice 1? I think I have the video file right here. I could send you later if you want to put it on the video.
Yeah, okay, I can edit.
It's
Yeah.
pretty bad, but for back then, it was one of my favorite stuff to do. Like, it was my good stuff.
No, I feel that. I remember day one OJ, I came up with this combo that did 9k with All Might, and I thought I was some kind of genius. But looking back now,
Oh,
I'm
why?
like, 9k
Why?
is like barely anything.
Why did you use that move? Why?
Because it was like the first like 3 hours of the game's release, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna get in on this combo thing. I'm gonna make all these cool combos. But then after like a week or two, I looked back and I was like, yeah, these combos, they're not so good.
They could have some improvements.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
And then when I joined the Reddit group, it was the first time I ever shared with other people outside from my friends.
Yeah.
Because I was nervous when I first posted my combo video, like, okay, I will post this. Is this good? Do people even like it? I was scared back then. But then I noticed people were liking. So I continued posting and such. Then I joined the servers from the comp, the Switch. I joined and I kept doing that over and over again. And people always liked it. I even got a special role in the Switch server, which is for the labbers. And that was also an achievement for me. And then I noticed that people were sending combo videos on YouTube. And one of my dreams was to make a YouTube channel. And
so they kind of just mixed together perfectly.
yeah, and one of the people that helped me was Magma. I think you recognize him, right? The Lex, one of the best Hawks players.
Yeah, I know Mag.
And he did this one. He made the Hawks guide, and thanks to him, it was honestly one of the reasons I even made a YouTube channel. Then
yeah, and I mean, it's good that you did, because I'll be honest, like, I remember early OJ days, there were no YouTube tutorials for any characters, for any combos, and the servers didn't exist. So back then you had to make all your combos, because there was no information anywhere. Like, you just had to lab and see what worked and what didn't work.
And you didn't even know it was cool or not, it was good or just unoptimal.
Yeah.
And that's another thing that happened to fit me. I never really cared about optimal stuff.
Well, you were just going for the flashy
yeah,
stuff.
Yeah, because in my opinion, the flashy stuff, even though it requires so much work, it requires so much improvised situations, that when you finally land them, you just feel good. Like, okay, I finally landed that.
Yeah.
And I guess flashy stuff help learning curve, because imagine you do something flashy on a combo. People could use that flashy stuff and find more optimal stuff from it.
Yeah, I remember the first flashy combo, I guess you could say, I pulled off was with Aizawa. You know his air TA, like the spin?
Yes, it's true.
I remember the first time I used that, caught them with the scarf before we hit the ground, and used Nejire assist to get them back to the ground to extend the combo. I thought it was the coolest thing in the world.
Oh yeah, and funny how nowadays it is optimal to do that with assist.
Oh yeah, it's you can do it with so many characters these days.
Yeah, but I know how it feels when you finally land this stuff online. Like, holy shit, I'm the best player out there.
Literally, yeah.
And when it comes to the flashy, I knew that I wouldn't make optimal stuff. I knew that I wouldn't have much of the ability to make optimal stuff, because I know other people has already done. So I said to myself, okay, if I want to do optimal stuff, then I will do some flashy stuff. And then thanks to that, I posted my first ever video from my YouTube channel, which was a gentle combo.
And that's the end of the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and again, if you want to see anyone specifically in these interview series, leave it down in the comments. I had an outro planned, but Lele insisted on doing it, so take it away, Lele.
Thank you all for watching this video, and thanks for watching this, seeing me talking for the first time. I'm actually was quite nervous making this video. But as always, have a fun lab. Bye bye, fellas. Boa sorte.